So for our first riff today, we got Mannish Boy by Muddy Waters. Pretty straightforward tune. We can even play it all on one string. You're going to start with the open fifth string. Then you're going to play the 5th fret. You can do this all with one finger. Then you play the open 5th string. Then you play the 3rd fret. And then you play it open again. That's the whole tune. 05, 03, open. So another way you could play that is you could use your first finger on the 3rd fret and your ring finger on the 5th fret so you don't have to move. So open ring on the 5th, open first finger on the 3rd, open. You can even substitute that open 5th string for the 5th fret on the 6th string. So it would be 5th fret on the 6th string, roll over to the 5th string, 5th fret, back to the 5th fret on the 6th string, first finger on that 3rd fret of the 5th string. Ring, 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 1, ring. Ring, 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 index, ring. For our next riff, we got Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads. We're going to take those same frets, same basic kind of thing, and just move it up to the ceiling, one string to the 6th string. We're going to start on the 5th fret. We can do it all with one finger. You're going to play that several times. Then I want you to go up on the open string, down on the 3rd fret, and that's it. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, up, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use all downstrokes too, but I think that would be a good thing to start to implement too. So if you want to start with all downstrokes, that's fine, but throw that up strum in there. You can even use your first and your ring finger like we did before too, so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, index. For our third riff, we got TNT by AC/DC, and we're going to stay on the same string with the same frets and the same fingers and everything. This one's going to have a couple different parts. We're going to start with the chorus because it's the easiest. You're going to start on the 5th fret of the 6th string, 3rd fret, then open. That's the whole chorus. Dynamite. Now, you could play that all with one finger. I chose to do the ring and index, whatever's clever for you, whatever you're feeling. All downstrokes is fine. But you can also, the second option I'll give you is you can kind of alternate pick 8th notes on the open 6th string. And that sounds pretty decent if you got a palm mute. So again, you just want to take the side of your hand and put it right up next to the bridge. So you're just kind of letting a little bit of the string get muted, but it's not completely muted. It's somewhere in there. Should probably demo the right string. TNT, dynamite. Verse is going to start on the open string and kind of go up and down. So it's going to go 0, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 0, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. So again, I like to use my first finger on that 3rd fret and leave that down because if you're bouncing back and forth between that 3rd fret, it's a lot of motion going on that doesn't need to happen. So open, 3, leave that first finger down, 5 with a ring, index, ring, index. Hey guys, really quick, if you found this lesson helpful and you're digging my teaching style, be super grateful if you could like and subscribe, even comment below. I'm down to answer all your questions, help you grow as a student. I have been teaching for years, I've been playing for years, but I've avoided putting out a lot of content just because it's so time consuming, but now I'm at a point where I want to make it happen, and I would love your support to keep it going. All right, back to the lesson. For riff number 4, we're going to stay on the same string and use most of the same notes. This is 25 or 6/4 by Chicago. You can play this with all one finger if you want. We'll start there at the 5th fret on the 6th string. You're going to go down, up, down, up, down. You could also use all downstrokes, but this is a good opportunity to start to get used to down, up, down, up. So if you want, start with all downstrokes, move on to the 8th notes with an alternate picking. 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret. So those last two go a little quicker. Our fifth riff, it's going to be Baba O'Reilly by The Who. It's all on the sixth string if we want it to be, all with one finger if we want it to be. You're going to play this first fret, then you're going to slide up to the eighth fret, which is the space in between the last two single dots, and then move to the sixth fret behind it, a whole set. So 2, 3. You can even slide up to the eighth fret. You'll strike the string. 1, 2, 3, and slide. So you won't strike again, but you can strike that note. 1, 2, 3. So you wait to strike till you make it to the eighth fret. 2, 3. You can even play this one in position by transferring the sixth fret and the eighth fret to the first and the third fret on the fifth string. So it would be first fret on the sixth string, third fret on the fifth string, first fret on the fifth string. You can even play that with your ring finger too, so you don't have to move, and that'll be a really good stretch. If you're feeling up for it, it's a good thing to kind of get under your belt. For our sixth riff, we got Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty. I'm going to teach this all with downstrokes first, but it's definitely going to be easier to play with upstrokes once you get used to that. So you're going to play the open sixth string, a lot of the same frets and strings as our previous ones. Then we're going to go to the seventh fret with our ring finger. Then we play the open sixth string. We got to play the open sixth string in between all the notes. Sixth fret with our middle, open. First on the fifth, open. Third, open. So to recap, open 7, open 6, open 5, open 3, open. Okay? And to do that really fast while all downstrokes, I mean, it's not bad, but what I'd recommend is playing all the open strings with upstrokes. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 2, 3, 4, 1. For our seventh riff, we got Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin. Not only sweet, but also a great little finger exercise. We're going to start with our first finger on the seventh fret of the fifth string, middle finger on the eighth, ring finger on the ninth, pinky on the 10th, all on that fifth string. Then we're going to start by playing the sixth string and then the fifth string. And notice I muted that sixth string first. I just took my right hand and just kind of hit it so it was done. Okay? Then, what's really indicative of this song is giving each note vibrato. So what I'm going to do is going to kind of move my hand up and down. It's hard to do with 4 fingers, but eventually the real way to do it is kind of turn the wrist outwards from below. It's hard to do with 4 fingers, so you just got to do your best. Then you're going to peel each finger away. Just walk on down. Then you're going to take those same 4 fingers, the only 4 fingers you have, and you're going to move them to the second fret and the fifth fret. Okay, so same exact spread of 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, all in a row. But now we're going to play the sixth string and then the fifth fret, fourth fret, third fret, second, open. And notice you can utilize that open sixth string to buy you some time to get your pinky up to that 10th fret. Ideally, you want to get all 4 fingers down at the same time. Don't get hung up on it if you can't. Definitely prioritize the pinky because that's going to be the first note. But see if you can at least get 2 fingers down, or maybe 3 or 4, just so that you're not fumbling to find those fingers when it comes time to actually play that note. They're ready to go. Just peel them off. For our next riff, we're going to play the bass line to Walking Down the Moon by The Police. It's going to start on the third fret of the fifth string with our first finger. And you can play both of those with the same finger if you want. You're going to play that third fret twice. I prefer to grab that fifth fret with my ring finger. Okay? Then after that, you're just going to move down to the ground. Your first finger is going to play that third fret. You're going to move back to the second fret. And then your middle finger is going to play the third fret on the fifth string. Now, that's the first note that we played, but we played it with our first finger. So we're going to have to switch fingers to get it back going again. A little slower. And that's all she wrote. It's actually not all she wrote because it was written by a man and there's a whole other song after it. So not just that riff, but that riff is sweet and it's fun. Hope you're digging it. Let's keep moving. For our next riff, we kind of have a duet. It's the bass line to Take a Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed, which was then later sampled by A Tribe Called Quest for Can I Kick It. We're going to start on the 8th fret of the 6th string and we're going to play that note. 1, 2, 3, and then on beat 4, we're going to strike it again and slide back to the first fret. 4. You want to strike that on 1. Then you're gonna strike this one on B4 and do the same thing in reverse. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second part is going to start on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, same exact rhythm, but now we're going to slide from the 2nd fret to the 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And instead of striking this note again, we're going to hop up to the 10th fret and then slide that note back to the 2nd fret. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the last riff of the day, we got Otherside by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We're going to start on the 7th fret of the 5th string with our first finger. Technically, you could play this whole thing with your first finger. I wouldn't recommend it, so I'm going to just tell you the other fingerings, but here we go. We got the 7th fret on the 5th string, and we're going to play a very specific rhythm that goes 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, it's kind of like Iko Iko, if you're familiar with that. Except instead of short, we're making them long. So you're going to do that on that note 3 times, 3 notes. You're going to move down to the ground, and you're going to start that same process. You get 2 out of the 3, but then we're going to do something else. Now, from here, you're going to leave that first finger down and stretch your ring finger up to the 9th fret. Then you're going to go back to that 7th fret because your first finger is already there, conveniently enough. Back a whole step to the 5th fret, and then your ring finger is going to come up to the 5th string, 7th fret, and you're just going to play that once. Now, I would definitely recommend leaving that first finger down until you find that 7th fret on the 5th string. It's just going to kind of help you find it. It's kind of like stabilizing a gun to get the shot. It's just not a moving target anymore, or at least less of a moving target. And then to finish it off, we're just going to play that same rhythm that we already learned on the 5th fret with our first finger. Then we just slide up this repeat. Okay, so you got that cool riff, but I bet you didn't realize it's a minor pentatonic scale that whole time. Let's take another look at those notes. We got the 5th fret on the 5th string, 7th fret, then we're going to move down to the ground. We have 3 notes on this 4th string. We got the 5th fret, 7th fret, and 9th fret. And that's the whole scale. A pentatonic scale is 5 notes. We just played 5 notes. If you look at a piano, that same grouping actually occurs in the black keys. You get 2, 3, 2, 3. So we had 2 notes on a string, and then we move down to the ground and we get 3 notes. Now, the group of 2, the higher of the 2, your ring finger in this case on the 7th fret of the 5th string, is the root of the scale. And this pattern is the most versatile pattern on the neck, arguably. You can move it everywhere, and it just keeps repeating. So for instance, we played 2 notes here, and then we move down to the ground and play 3 notes. Well, we get to repeat it. So we move down to the ground again, same frets, and we play 2 notes. It starts over again because we just played 3 notes, so now we play 2 notes. Tuck up 1 fret on the B string because it's tuned differently, but then we're back on track to the group of 3. And then we got 2 notes, 10 and 12 on the 1st string. So that's our root. Again, this is an E minor pentatonic scale. 2 notes on the 1st string, coming down 12, 10, 8, tucking back to 9 and 7. Then we got 9, 7, 5, 7, 5. And we can actually keep going if we want. We got 7, 5, 3, because the 5th string we played 2 notes. So we got 3 on the 6th string. So that's that E minor pentatonic. If you dig that, if you want to learn more about it, I did a video on Sublime's Pawn Shop that kind of walks you through it. That whole opening thing is straight out of that, so it's a lot of fun. You can check that out here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you found this helpful and, more importantly, fun. And I hope to see you next time. Cheers.